Welcome back everyone to another scooter review. After watching all these high-end scooter videos on YouTube for years, I've decided to get myself one. So after a few months of waiting patiently, here it is. The most expensive scooter I ever invested in so far. I'm excited to introduce to you my new Kaabo Mantis 10 electric scooter. I fell in love with the overall design of this scooter, and with the dual 1000 watt motors with a top speed of 40 miles per hour, you can't beat the price. I purchased this scooter on Aliexpress for a total price of $1,300. I couldn't justify the need for the Pro, which is about $700 more, and get you full hydraulic brakes, a mini motor controller and display, and a 24.5 mAh LG battery. The standard spec that the base model comes with fit my needs perfectly fine, so I went with the base instead. So without further ado, join me as I unbox my new Kaabo Mantis 10. Making it way overseas on a ship from China for the duration of 3 months, I'm quite surprised the box is not heavily beat up, which at least gives me the peace of mind that the scooter is in one piece. This is a huge 4 feet box and it's quite heavy, so make sure you get help if you need it. First thing out of the box, we have here a multi-tool wrench that comes with the scooter. It's not top quality, but it worked fine just for the initial setup. And here's the 67.2 volt charger that charges the Mantis in about 8 to 9 hours. Next, we have here the manual that provides you with information on the operation of the Mantis as well as how to program it properly. Here we have 4 rubber caps that cover the bolts on the wheels. These are known to come off while riding, so make sure you double-sided tape them or glue them on for extra security. Here we have a nice Kaabo Mantis emblem to stick onto the front of the stem. A great thing about this purchase is that the seller also included this Kaabo Mantis storage bag along with a set of protective gear as a gift, which I thought was very nice of them. These will work perfectly fine until I can get myself better ones. And now the moment we all been waiting for, the Kaabo Mantis 10. Here the scooter stem, and looks like the only assembly we need to do is attach the handlebar. And a quick look inside the box, seemed like the styrofoam support did a good job at protecting the scooter, as I don't see any visible sign of damage on the scooter at all. Now let's go ahead and remove the scooter from the box. Keep in mind that this scooter has a weight of 65 pounds, so you'll have to be careful lifting this thing up. Let's remove this plastic wrap. The rubber grip pad looks good, but one thing I want to mention is that the mat is lightly glued onto the deck so it can easily peel off. It's not a problem for me as I can just glue it or double-sided tape the mat back on. Now to attach the handlebar, we will remove 4 screws using the provided multi-tool. We will remove this plate, set the handlebar in position, and then reinstall the plate. After adjusting where you would like the handlebar to sit, securely tighten the 4 bolts. Once the handlebar is installed, let's go ahead and tighten up the stem by adjusting both of these 2 quick release clamps back and forth until they clamp in tightly. Standing on the Mantis alone, the first thing I felt is a huge difference in quality from that of your entry-level commuter scooter. The overall construction and weight of the Mantis make it feel high-grade, strong, and stable with no unusual play or wiggle room on the scooter at all. Also, with how high the deck sit, it also puts you in a higher position above ground, which allows you to see further in front of you. Coming from riding all these entry-level scooters, the Mantis definitely send out a message that you're no longer controlling a 15 miles per hour commuter scooter. This Mantis 10 comes with some updated control on the cockpit that the previous year didn't, such as the different button to control the light and the single and dual mode. The Mantis comes with 2 keys, which you will use one to turn on the scooter. Once turned on, the voltage will be displayed right above it. It is currently at 58 watts, with the full charge being around 67.3 watts. Once you use the key to unlock the scooter, you can turn the scooter on by turning on the display. The display here shows you valuable information such as the battery life, your speed, the gear level, odometer, trips, time the screw has been turned on, etc. Within the screen, you can access the P setting, which allows you to make changes to the screw such as the top speed, etc. This feature is locked with the code that you will need to input. Any Mantis delivered before October 2020 will be 9221. Anything after that will be 1500. The display also has a USB port on the back that you can use to charge your phone, which I do not plan on using. If you turn on this light switch, the lights will turn on. You have the underglow light, which is extremely bright for LED, but they do dim the harder you accelerate, especially when the battery is drained. The tail light works great and will flash once you engage the brake. The headlight on the other hand keeps visible, but other than that it's pretty much useless. I may have a video in the future where I replace these bulbs with some higher lumen ones. The first minor problem I noticed was that the brake disc was misaligned. This is a common issue which may have been caused during shipment. Anyhow, this is a quick and easy fix for me. I used the same process I did for my Hover 1 Pioneer, and I've included that video in the description below if you're interested in aligning your brakes. Before taking the screw out, make sure all the bolts and screws on the screw are tight and secure. Also make sure the tire is filled with the recommended PSI. I will be using this Xiaomi electric pump I got off Amazon. This is a rechargeable portable pump with 4 programmable preset along with a built-in light. This pump makes filling up your scooter tire up quick and easy, and I think it's a must-have to go along with your electric scooter. I've included a link in the description if you're interested in this pump. Let's try the screw up, and while we're doing that, let's put the rubber cap onto the screw and install the front bag. This is a nice 12-inch bags that can be used to store your tools, phone, or what you have. I plan on making an external battery pack for the Mantis, so this may be perfect to store the battery pack that I will be making. For the performance that the Mantis has to offer, I think the Mantis side is not crazy big. To give you an idea of how big it is, let's compare it to my ES4 800. The Mantis has 10-inch tires, which do look more aggressive and serious compared to the tiny ES4 8-inch solid tire. The Mantis deck also sits higher, giving you a ground clearance of almost 6 inches high. The Mantis measures about 48 inches tall, which is around 3 inches taller than the ES4, and is about 50 inches long, which is about 10 inches longer than the ES4. Now let's compare it to my Hover 1 Pioneer, which is the same size as the popular Xiaomi M365. The Mantis 10 is 8 inches longer and 4 inches taller. The Mantis is definitely a beast compared to these two scooters. In my opinion, the Mantis 10 is a great looking electric scooter. It has a nice, mild, aggressive design without all the crazy shapes, curves, and fancy RGB lighting that some expensive scooter has. The Mantis 10 is a fast and nimble electric scooter that is not too big or too heavy. Now let's take a closer look at the Mantis. The handlebar comes with these foam grip, and for a $1,500 scooter, I expected something better. Although they look cheap, the foam grip are comfortable and have been working fine for me. It does twist around like other people say, but that's only if you force or intentionally twist it. The model I have comes with the key ignition on the left along with the light switch. A closer look at the cockpit, we have here the rear brake on the left with a small built-in bell. And if we turn the key, the voltage will be displayed on the LCD screen. If we turn over to the right, we have here the main display and throttle. This display will also need to be turned on after the key is on in order for the scooter to work. Right below the display is a button for the Eco or Turbo and Single or Dual mode. I normally just leave mine on Turbo and Dual mode. And if you already noticed, the handlebar is long and curved. This helps give you more stability and control over the front wheel, especially when going at high speed. The The Mantis come with two 10-inch air-filled tires with dual 100-watt hub motors, pushing the top speed of up to 40 miles per hour. Along with these dual motors, the Mantis also have front and back loading suspension and dual semi-hydraulic brakes. The suspension works great in absorbing most bump on the road, and the brakes works well in safely helping you stop the scooter. And with how quick and strong the Mantis accelerate, I find myself putting one of my feet against this rear fender to help support my position and to take the pressure away from the front stem. The Mantis 10 comes with a spacious deck measuring about 20 inches long by 8 inches wide. It has this rubber grip pad which is glued onto the deck and can be easily removed. I would recommend gluing this pad down a bit more or you will notice it flapping at high speed. The Mantis have 3-speed mode, with the first speed getting you about 19 miles per hour. Second speed gets you about 28 miles per hour. And third speed gets you up to top speed of up to 40 miles per hour. And here's a quick brake test. The brakes works well, but also make sure you have a good stopping distance to safely brake and try to avoid sudden stop if you do not have to. For my first high-end electric scooter, I was pretty amazed by the performance of the Mantis. The acceleration was quick, responsive, and you can definitely feel the torque with just a quick pull of the throttle. It picks up speed fairly quickly, so you can get up to 40 miles per hour within a matter of seconds. And this is great as it provides you with the power and speed to easily keep up with traffic in the cities and get you to your destination just as quickly as you would in a car. Taking the Mantis on this bike trail was a blast, but it can be pretty intimidating when taking these curves at high speed. And with this performance, the ride quality make a big deal. For me, I didn't have any problem with the ride quality of the Mantis, and I think it's exceptional. With its inflated tires and the built-in dual suspension, the Mantis handles the road very well. You can go over bumps, rocks, and cracks on the road with these, and the soft suspension helps cushion the pavement to give you the best riding quality possible. There is no noticeable rattle or vibration, and the only thing you should be hearing is just the sound of the dual motor in action. I took the Mantis off-road to see how it will perform, and no doubt it handles like a champ. With these street tires, you may get tire spin from the get-go, but once you get it going, they do provide you with plenty of grip to keep you in control of the Mantis. Minor pothole, cracks, rocks, and bumps are no problem for the Mantis as it easily bounces over it. I don't plan to off-road much, but if you do, I would recommend switching over to some off-road tires. Also keep in mind that you may be leaving a cloud of dust behind you, so if there are people, please be mindful of them. I continue to test the Mantis on another trail to fully experience how the Mantis perform on terrains that's out there. With these street tires, it does get a bit scary going at high speed and making curvy turns. I can definitely feel the tires slipping on me at quick startup and at high speed. Riding on gravel is also a no-go with these street tires, so be extra careful and watch your speed. Now off to a hill test. With the dual 1000-watt motors, this was no problem for the Mantis 10 at all. I weigh 160 pounds and I was able to go uphill easily without a problem. I tried to have a little fun and took the Mantis on a little bike trail up this little hill. It was fun, but it was definitely dangerous if you're not careful. For testing purposes, I rode the scooter on mode 3 until I finally got the 30 miles that Kaabo claimed. I was at around 46 to 50 volts, which is pretty much at the cutoff point. I'm pretty satisfied with the range of the base Mantis 10, as it's more than what I would ride in a given day. At night, the Mantis look amazing with its front light, underglow, and tail light. It definitely helps keep you well lit and safely visible to others. As I mentioned, the front light is quite dim and seems to work more as a daytime running light, so I would recommend attaching another headlights if you're riding at night. So far, I'll put around a few hundred miles on my Mantis before this review, and I have to say I enjoyed it very much, and I've not run into any issue with it so far. It is definitely quick and is super fun to ride around with. It has the power and speed to get you going quickly when you need it, especially if you're trying to keep up with traffic. For a little over $1,000, I think this is a great high performance scooter that you will not regret getting. So far, I enjoy every single little bit of it and will be riding it more often than my other scooter. Other than that, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more upcoming videos of the Mantis 10. Ride safe everyone, and I'll see you on the next scooter review.